The Dodgers bullpen finally provides relief. We think we know what the Clippers are going to offer Russell Westbrook, and Mike Malone is the thirstiest man in sports. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is June 16th, 2023. I am in Oklahoma. Nobody here knows anything about soccer, which I totally get. So when I'm sitting there watching the United States play Mexico last night, there were worse things said to me than what were chanted from the Mexican fans last night in Las Vegas. Go figure. Let's do a little more optimism here. Let's talk LA sports. If you like being in the know about LA, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. It is a dreary day here. It is beautiful to talk LA sports. Now, before we go through the news and notes, look at the scoreboard. Freddie Freeman's RBI single walks off the game. Dodgers 5, White Sox 4. It took 11 innings, however. Meanwhile, today, San Francisco comes to town to play the Dodgers. Matt Andres, or Andres. I don't know anything about him. He has no record. He hasn't pitched for the Dodgers yet. John Brebbia is countering for the Giants. He's 2-0, 3.25 ERA. Minnesota is in LA to play the Sparks. That game also at 7. The Sparks are looking to go 2 games over 500. Once again, striving for mediocrity. But let's get to the notes. Look, everybody loves a walk-off victory except for the other team. We know this. With the Dodgers last night, though, there was more to that game than simply a walk-off victory. Are you okay with the Dodgers bullpen after last night? Are you okay? If you are okay, maybe it's a little premature. Maybe it's kind of like being in a violent relationship and you're just like, this is the time it's going to change. But you have to give credit where it's due. Last night they were solid, because before last night, even Dave Roberts, an extremely patient man, was at the end of his rope. He was unsettled. When LA lost 8-4 2 nights ago to the White Sox, he said, quote, "Right now, there's no momentum. Can't lose that game. It's very frustrating, and they have to be better," unquote. Now to Dave Roberts, that's how Dave Roberts puts it. In normal people translation, that's up yours, guys, you get suck. And that's a G-rated version of what we're really thinking. Dave Roberts is an extremely patient man. But last night, the bullpen had 6 shutout innings. 4 people combined for that. Now let's take a little brief look at those 4 men. And you tell me if this means that the Dodgers bullpen is finally figuring it out. Caleb Ferguson. He's actually been pretty solid. Same for Evan Phillips. Now, Shelby Miller pitched a couple of innings. He was coming back from an injury, so we don't know whether or not he sucks or if he's good right now. The only really crappy arm that came out of the bullpen last night was Yency Almonte, who pitched a shutout inning to lower his ERA to 6.52. So do we really want to give the Dodgers bullpen that much credit? Don't get me wrong, 6 shutout innings is 6 shutout innings. It was starter Evan Grove who screwed everything up last night, or Michael Grove who screwed everything up last night. But in the grand scheme of things, the bullpen so far this year has allowed 139 earned runs. Last year's bullpen for the entire season allowed 189 earned runs all last year. The only worst bullpen in the major leagues right now is in Oakland. So, are you doing glass half full or glass half empty? If you want to continue with the glass half full motif, I can tell you that Daniel Hudson will continue his rehab at AAA Oklahoma City. He was pitching out in Arizona just to get things warmed up. There is no official timetable for his return, but he should be activated by the end of June. The Belcher report is claiming that the Clippers will offer Russell Westbrook a one-year contract worth $3.8 million. The reason that they're doing that is because, one, they are really far beyond the cap. They are extremely restricted by the legalese in the NBA as to what they can offer. They can't just cut him a blank check. However, if they give him this contract and he accepts it, it's in the hopes that they can give him a raise for the next year. It's a tactic that they used with Nicholas Batum, and it worked with him, obviously. I just don't see it working for a guy who made $45 million last year. Pride does kick in. You and I would love $3.8 million at any day of our lives, right? But the man earned $45 million. That's why you're sitting there going, wait, you know I'm Russell Westbrook, right? And I kind of can't blame him for feeling that way, if he does feel that way. Denver coach Mike Malone is thirsty. He's a grown-ass man who is acting exactly like the chick posting desperate bikini selfies on your social media feed looking for likes. That's Mike Malone. Because that's the only way you can explain why, after winning a title, after winning the NBA title, he still can't shut up about the LA Lakers. Everybody in Denver, I gotta ask you, I don't want to speak for everybody in Los Angeles. I turned the page. I didn't hate on you guys. I wasn't rooting for you. I was like, whatever, go on with your life. In other words, I was being the mature one here. Why do I have to be the one to let Denver down easy? Denver, you have the ring. We've moved on with our lives. So should you. What is Mike Malone? He's talking about the Lakers. He was cracking jokes about LeBron James, trolling him. I don't even think it's trolls. I think it's being thirsty. Do we have to get in a restraining order on Mike Malone to get some peace? Why are you so obsessed with us in LA? We know we have more titles than you. We're cool with you getting a share. We're very generous out in LA. What do you want, Mike Malone? Do you want to date us? Is that your thing? Is that your kink? Mike Malone is like the ex who can't wait to like your post on social media and then he ghosts you on the date and then still starts liking everything you post. Somebody get this guy a glass of water. He's so damn thirsty, I swear. Thirstiest man in sports, Mike Malone. Pro Football Focus, or PFT, has ranked the Chargers' offensive line the 9th best in the NFL. Now, among the highlights, center Corey Linsley giving up no sacks last year. What about left tackle Rashawn Slater allowing just 1 sack in 179 snaps? Remember, he missed a chunk of the year last year because of a I believe it was a bicipital tendon issue, but just 1 sack allowed. And then you're adding in there a rookie from last year, Jamaree Salyer, who committed just 3 penalties as a rookie. Now he's going into his second year. The Chargers have a lot to like in their offensive line. Meanwhile, over with the Rams, Sean McVay said having Matthew Stafford back for the offseason, quote, is night and day compared with what was going on last year. Quote, I don't think I realized it, or anybody, and he would never say it. But to have our quarterback out there, the command, the way he elevates, it's been huge for us, unquote. We may have a winner, meanwhile, in the duel to become the Rams kicker for next year. If you recall, the Rams signed 2 undrafted free agents, Tanner Brown, Christopher Dunn. Dunn was the one who was cut yesterday. They also waived an undrafted free agent cornerback, Colin Duncan of Mississippi State. Next year is Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar's 16th year together. 16. In a related story, I'm divorced twice. So what are you going to do? But the point is, the cornerstones of the franchise past are obvious. Who are the cornerstones for the future? We don't know. Oh, we can guess. We might be right, but we don't know. We don't. Maybe it's going to be Brant Clark on defense replacing Giudice. We don't know. And because of that, every time you hear about a trade rumor, because of that, I believe Kings fans such as myself are overblowing it. Right? For example, there's been rumblings about 24-year-old center Pierre-Luc Dubois of Winnipeg, who doesn't want to play for the Jets. Dubois could be the physical scoring pain-in-the-neck forward that they have had for years in Kopitar, that they want to have out of Quinton Byfield. But have we had it? Are you still confident we're going to get that out of Quinton Byfield? Are you? Now, Dubois scored 27 goals last year, which honestly, it's good, but it's not like you're talking about an all-star here. Byfield, for his count, only has 8 career goals, 27 in 1 year compared to 8. But I got to be frank with you. I'm not sure I would make this trade. The dude would be on his 3rd team in his career, and he's only 24. Doesn't that kind of indicate to you that he's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with? And besides that, he's never said he wanted to play for LA. He has said in the past that he wants to play for Montreal. There's also one other reason that I would not be so hype, or 1.5 reasons I would not be so hype to trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois. The Kings were extremely patient with Gabriel Velarde. The Kings were extremely patient with Adrian Kempe. And it worked. Velarde had a breakout year last year. Kempe was their first 40-goal scorer in a season since Luc Robitaille. I don't believe this is the goal for the Kings. I think everybody and their mom knows they need a goalie, right? But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Tell me how thirsty Mike Malone is. Tell me if you actually have any faith in the Dodgers bullpen after last night. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.